beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for December 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your career reading for December. I can't believe we're nearly at the end of the year. It's gone so fast. But let's see what is coming out for you. Now, you should still feel the influence from your 3rd house, which is governing you at this moment in time. And that's about finding your voice, communicating better deals. Perhaps this is going to be a time of appraisals as well, so that you can voice your opinion on how your career you feel it's going and how you would like to expand. Some of you may commit to some education, perhaps taking courses online or in person. Some of you may be learning new skills in order to enhance your working practice so that you can level up to the next stage as well, okay? But most importantly, you're going to be finding your voice. That's what, and expressing yourself through your career. So let's see what's happening for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? Now, Mars has gone retrograde, so you may be feeling a little bit low energy at the moment, but you may get sudden swings where suddenly you're really enthusiastic, suddenly you are fully vitalized and raring to go, and then the next moment you're feeling completely drained. You're feeling that you don't have the energy to even get out of bed. So there's a bit of a fluctuating energy about your reading. I'm just going to say that. But also, sorry, I just swapped that over. That goes there. Also, I get this energy of you trying to broaden your horizons or do something different, really stretch yourself within your career. You're working hard towards something, okay? And you're going to be surprised that it actually works out for you. Okay, you're really trying to mix things up a little bit to accomplish something, and I feel there's a little bit of a surprise happening in your career that you'll be really positive about, okay, in the long term. So let us see what is happening there for you. 3 more cards and we'll get straight to it. Some of you may have been feeling a little bit isolated at work, or you've been feeling you're searching for answers. You may feel that you've not been blending, or you've not been, it feels like there's something within your working practice right now that you feel you need to change. You need to make some major changes because you're feeling that you've been working really hard. Perhaps you feel that you are unappreciated, or you feel like you've been left out in the cold in some way, or you're the one who has to take all the responsibility. They want one more. Okay. So, let me just pop that there for you. Let's start from the very beginning, because I'm getting this sense of your environment changing. And I feel also that you're a little bit, it's not that you're bored. I feel like you're fed up of the same old thing day to day. You're looking to shake up your working environment or your working practice, because you recognize that you're working towards something. You've got a goal in mind. You're going to accomplish that goal. Some of you are actually going to get a surprise promotion or a raise, things like that. I definitely see you expanding your career and you're headed in the right direction. But in order to get there, it just feels like it's a very long, tough slog. It feels like you're walking through mud. Okay, I just get this energy of you like, oh. So I feel like you're trying to shake things up a little bit to make your working practices a little bit more interesting. Okay, so let's get straight to the first card here. We've got child. Now, some of you may be working from home and you have children as well, and you found it very, very difficult to manage the schedules and find you're always like running on empty. You may be like doing so many things, and you may even if you're not working from home, even if you are working in an establishment, and you have a cycle of trying to look after the children as well, you may feel a little bit alone in that, or a little bit isolated, that you're in this pattern. Okay, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Librans. Things do change a little bit. I feel like things get easier for you. The Tower represents a change, a sudden change, a shift, but it's covered by the World card, which indicates it works out in favor. It brings balance. You actually accomplish your goal of being able to do everything and have a little bit of time for you. Okay. Now, some of you may actually work within the childcare sector as well. And you may feel, with all the bureaucracy and things like that, that you're feeling a little bit alone as you do that. Sometimes you may feel also a little bit unappreciated, but I feel like you're looking at whatever sector you work in, doesn't really matter. Wherever you feel unappreciated, I feel like you're trying to find the fun or the enjoyment in your working practices, because it just seems to be same old thing, different day. Okay, I feel like there's this energy of, again, it's like you're walking through mud, but I feel like you are looking towards 2023 as being the year where you power up and move forward and, accomplish the success that you set out to, and you will. Okay, I get that for sure. Now, this is a card of new beginnings. When you get the child card, it can be that you are thinking about changing something, as in you are putting your resume out there, trying to find a new opportunity, or you've just started a new job and you feel a little bit inexperienced, or you feel a little bit like green in comparison to everybody else. Don't worry, this is going to be a cycle where you go from strength to strength. I feel like you're going to build confidence. You're actually leveling up to the bear at the end, which means, that's real power, that's leadership, that's strength. So I definitely see you enjoying your working practices. Even though there's uncertain times, I feel with the dolphin there, dolphins tend to represent having fun, or trying to find the fun in what you do in order to enjoy it a little bit more. But I see you searching for answers in your career. You're wondering if you're on the right path. You're wondering if you're making a mark, if what you do has value, because sometimes you feel unappreciated, or you feel that you just feel that there's a lot of stress. You feel like you have to fight for what you want to achieve, or fight for what you want to be successful in. They're indicating keep going, don't give up. If you feel intuitively that you need to take a new direction or implement a new practice, a new way of working, I feel like you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom to make that happen. You are very talented, you're very gifted at what you do. So some of you may be actually trying to expand your business, whether you work on your own as an entrepreneur or whether you work within a company. I feel like you're trying to level up, you're trying to move through the mud towards opportunity, and it may feel like it's a long time coming, but you are still on the right path to accomplishing what you set out to. Now the Hermit, okay, the Hermit is an energy, this is your protagonist energy. It's like you're searching for the light. Okay, you're searching for inspiration, you're searching for a little bit more enjoyment, you're searching for success. Okay, and the Hermit reminds you that although you may be going through dark times, you may have taken a withdrawal period where you take a step back and take stock of everything that you've worked so hard for at this moment in time. You have a lot of experience. So if you are starting a new job, or you're deciding to put your resume out there to start something new, you may feel a little bit daunted by the world out there, new working practices and things like that, but you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. They want you to be aware of that, to have confidence in the gifts and the knowledge that you have. Now some of you may be a little bit philosophical about your career at the moment, wondering if what you do makes a difference in the world at large, or makes a difference to you spiritually, because I feel like you are being very sort of asking bigger questions. Does what I do matter in the scale of things? Also, you may be searching for guidance, or you may be looking inwards for guidance, listening to your heart, really trying to meditate to find answers, to find your voice. Now, the Hermit also is a nudge for you to let your inner light shine, okay? You know, the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Hermit actually has a lantern with the light in it. So it's like, let your inner light shine, let it out, let yourself be seen, okay? So if you feel that you are in some way overlooked at work or not appreciated, I feel like you are going to be seen for all your skills and accomplishments. And I feel that there is a wonderful project or a new challenge that actually, it's not a challenge as in you're going to hate it. I feel like it's a really exciting challenge, like something to get your teeth into that is being offered here for you, okay? Now, the Hermit does indicate some of you may work for yourself. You may work from home. You may be an entrepreneur and work you are in charge of everything day to day, and it can feel a little bit lonely, a little bit isolating, especially when you got the Hermit energy as your protagonist. You're feeling a little bit cut off right now. And you may have felt that things have been challenging throughout the year, and you may feel uncertain about the direction ahead. So you're searching for those answers, or you're searching for your inner truth to see how you can make changes within your working practices. Some of you may be deciding, even if you're working for an establishment right now, you're trying to build your skill set so that you can enhance your talents, and you're very gifted already. You're enhancing your talents in order to go solo, so you could set up your own business, become an entrepreneur. And whilst you're in that sort of limbo period, you may feel it's really difficult because you know that there's something that you want to do over here, but currently you're over here working towards it. And when we're in the mix of working towards something, it can feel like we're stuck in mud. We can feel like it's not quite working out for us as quickly as we had hoped for. But things are coming together. The Temperance card is all about patience and balance, of course. And you know a lot about balance, my beautiful Librans. You are represented by the scales. So the Temperance card is about, you know, being in the flow of things. And I feel you're using your knowledge to mix something up. You're trying to make something really exciting happen in your life. And you're in that experimental phase, shall we say, because this is a card of experimenting with what works and what doesn't work. So some of you, even if you're trying to set up a second stream of income, I feel like you're experimenting by researching what works for other people, what could work for you. I feel like you're also finding, you're trying to find meaning and purpose in what you do right now. And I feel that you are blending your energies to work towards something. And I feel like you've had a lot of patience within your career sector. You've been diligently working towards something. You've committed yourself towards achieving success, but you may feel that it's just same old, and you're not actually making progress, but you actually are. You just don't see it that way because you tend to be a bit hard on yourself, okay? The Death card signals change. So I feel like you are seeking a new chapter in some area of your life. You got the card of new beginnings. You've got the Hermit. So that could be that you're deciding to go solo or work on something that really inspires you. You could even be leaving one company to move to another company that inspires you a little bit more, or you feel that your talents have been undeveloped at your current place and you are understretched. So you feel like you want to go somewhere that really, you know, uses and utilizes your gifts and skills and helps you expand on those and brings you more enjoyment, more excitement. The Death card is like evolution. You've matured within your working environment. So some of you may have actually felt like you've hit a plateau or you've reached a glass ceiling in some area of your career, and you feel change is good. It's time to evolve, to expand, to really transition to something greater, something better. So some of you may actually be opening a new chapter, opening a new door to your career by either putting your resume out there, putting the feelers out to see what's there. I'm getting a lot of this energy as we close out the year. So maybe a lot of people right now, the collective, are thinking about new year, new me, new opportunities, changes. So I feel a lot of signs are like, we're really done with 2022 right now. I want to think about 2023 and what goals I want to set for that year. Okay. But I feel like you're going to complete those goals, and you're really going to thrive, and there's a lot of success coming for you. I also see with the Death card energy, something isn't working. Okay, something has not been working. And whether it is that you've been working really hard and you feel like you're not making progress, or you feel that you feel isolated or alone in some working practice and you just don't enjoy it anymore, I feel like you're cooking up a change. And this change is going to be really good for you. I mean, even if you're staying where you're working right now, you may be cooking up new working practices, giving yourself new challenges to excite yourself and stretch yourself in different dynamic directions. Some of you may actually ask your boss, or if you are the boss, you may decide to take on new projects in order to build more knowledge, expand your skill set, to eventually go and be like a consultant or be someone who works for yourself and comes in periodically, because people who tend to be like freelance, who work periodically, or consultants that come in every so often, they tend to maybe earn a little bit more money. Of course, the environment is a little bit more uncertain. You don't know when your next contract is going to come in, but I feel some of you may be wanting to free up your time and just enjoy what you do a little bit more and be more appreciated for what it is that you bring to the table. Now, we've got clouds in the resistance position. So it says doubt, hesitation, confusion, unclear, dark thoughts, negativity hidden. So I feel here, with the Lovers card, you may be secretly planning to move or separate from where you're currently at because you feel like the cycle has come to an end there. The Page of Wands in this position as well. It's like I got it in the reverse. So it indicates that you're bored or feeling undermined in some way, and you feel you lack excitement. You're looking for something new. You're looking for a new project. I feel like you will hear about something. Some of you may actually decide to set up a second stream of income, because we got the Lovers card, which is a card of duality. It's also a card of choice. So I feel like you're looking at your options right now. You're feeling uncertain about your future in your career. So you're asking bigger questions like, where can I go where I feel like I'm making an impact, making a dent in the market, or where I feel like I'm making something of value? What can I partner up with? Some of you may actually, go into partnership with another person or someone you care about, someone you trust, and set up a second stream of income, because this is, about having many fingers in many pies. When you get the Lovers card as well, in terms of business, it could be time to make a decision. And if you're feeling a little bit clouded, they're indicating that December is going to be the month where you get really clear on what you want to do in the next steps of your career. And you're going to take charge and you're going to make that decision. It is a life-changing decision is what they're giving me, okay? Now, some of you, and I'm just going to mention this briefly, some of you, there may have been like a frisson between you and a person at work. There may have been some sort of connection between you and a person, and either it's separated or you feel a little bit confused as to how that's going to go. I feel like you may even think about leaving a workspace because of it. Okay, so that's not going to resonate for everyone, but I mean, if there's a little bit of chemistry between you and a person, or there was some sort of intimate connection with you both and you took it to the next level, if you're separating from that person, I feel like you're actually thinking about leaving the work itself as well. There is a new opportunity coming that's actually bigger and better than before, so it may even be a very positive sort of step in the right direction. So because the clouds are there, I feel like some of you are actually trying to, under the radar, find new opportunities. So you may be putting your resume out there off grid and not telling anybody because you want to keep it to yourself. in order to find something new. The Page of Wands, you're searching for a new project or a new way of working that excites you. So you may be actually trying to find your purpose. This is a card of trying to find something where you make a mark, where it's important. You're eager to get going on something interesting. So some of you may actually take on a new project or have a new idea about expanding on your opportunities or expanding your ideas within your soul path in order to make a dream come true or a dream opportunity. Your ideas really have value, so pay close attention to them. I feel like you're creating something really special as we leave this year and move into next. I mean, this could be, if you're staying where you're at, it could be the beginning of a new project that everybody wanted, but you got it given to you, and you actually make it something really special, and you get going. You're unstoppable. It brings a lot of reward and recognition for you. Some of you may actually be deciding to renew your career. You probably can't see it, but it looks like a little snake there, and there's also a salamander. Salamanders represent being protected and redirected if you feel like you've gone through some sort of rejection, or you've been passed up for a promotion or a project. There's something new coming on in here that will revitalize your spirit. So something more exciting on the horizon for you in your career. Page of Wands indicates you're ready for taking bold action to really broaden your horizons and seek new adventures within your working life, your working practices. Seven of Wands, now Seven of Wands is interesting. Seven of Wands in this position, you're feeling a little bit stressed, but it says don't give up. You're fighting for what you believe in, and you will be successful. Keep going, okay? This is a card of you persevering, being unstoppable, and your passion pushes any obstacles out of your way because you have sustained effort. You're not giving up on something. So even if, for example, you're leaving a space or a career path and moving into something new, you're not giving up. You're actually maturing and evolving to know what is right for you, and you're not taking on anything that makes you feel low vibe or anything that's not right for you anymore. You're having value and you're moving towards something more successful. So this is a card of finding inspired solutions to anything that's been worrying you or anything that's been not working in your career. You're finding what works and you're running with it, and what inspires you, you're following your heart. I really feel like doors are opening for you, and I feel like you are going to elevate in your career even during uncertain times, because clouds can represent constantly moving and changing energy, where the environment is changing around us. The goalposts are being moved. So you may be working in a place right now where people ask you, for example, to stay a little bit extra after work to finish some projects to help out. And then suddenly staying a little bit extra turns into a couple of hours, and more. And they're always asking for more. They're always moving the goalposts. We'll give you a promotion if you take on this project and do this. And then you do that, and they're like, yeah, but also if you do this. And then they keep adding to it. So it's almost like things keep changing within the working environment. For example, as well, there could be a lot of people exiting your company that you work at, or wherever your environment is. They could be getting redundancies, or they could be just leaving, and then the extra work is being delegated to other people rather than the company hiring more people to do the job. So you may feel like you are being given extra work and it's not fair, and you're feeling a little bit isolated, and you're cooking up some sort of move or some sort of change. Whether you're actually going to challenge the system and say, no, I'm not going to do that unless you pay more money, or unfortunately, I can't do that because I value my social life, or I value my family life. I just can't take on that extra, because the third house indicates you are finding your voice. So you're negotiating better deals, or you're standing up for what you believe in, asking for that promotion if you really want it. I feel like you'll be surprised you actually get it, okay? I really feel that you are leveling up into something really more exciting. The outcome energy is the bear, which indicates even under difficult circumstances, you thrive and survive. Bears are all about endurance, okay, but also about power. When you get this card, this is about leadership. It's about, strength. It's about being protective, a protective influence over everything that you've worked for so far. And it says here, power, boss, leadership, strength, stability, force, protective influence. Okay, and it's governed by Jupiter, so that indicates better luck. Now Jupiter, of course, has gone direct, so that means there's good fortune and expansion available for your career. Okay, it just starts happening, it just starts occurring for you. So I feel like, yes, you've been challenged and you may have gone through a dark struggle when it comes to your career, but I feel like you're entering a period where you're either stepping into a leadership position, you may suddenly get a promotion, because it is sudden, it's surprising. We've got the Tower there. The Tower is an unexpected surprise. Now, it doesn't have to be a negative one. It may shock you, but it doesn't have to be negative. It can feel like liberation. It can feel like you've been going round and round in circles for such a long time in this imprisoned environment, because the Tower represents like being cut off, isolated, and you've got that Hermit energy there. You're seeking wisdom, so you may have withdrawn or disconnected in order to find answers for the next step on your career, or things that you need to change within your working practice before you implement those changes. And the Tower indicates a liberation, a sudden realization or a revelation that something's not working and you're taking charge to make things happen. Okay. Now, the Tower can also represent standing out. Standing out, you know, when you look at like a, because they're showing me right now a cityscape. When you look at like buildings, office buildings and things like that, towers, they tend to stand out. They're very different from everything else. So I feel like you will stand out from everybody else with your skill set. And I feel like sudden changes occur around you because you are unique. You have a certain set of skills that other people perhaps do not have. So other people may be very surprised that you get a promotion or a raise, but I'm not surprised because I can see how talented you are. And I feel deep down, if you really are honest with yourself, you are very good at what you do. Okay. Sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit for the talent that you have. If you feel like you've been coasting in your career, or you feel like it's the same old every day, the end of December brings major change. So I'm just going to pull a card on that Tower to see what it is for you in particular, because the Tower is liberation from going round and round in circles. You know, if you are doing the same old thing every day, suddenly there's new working practices. Six of Swords, you may surprise everybody by exiting a working environment because a new opportunity comes in. Six of Swords indicates some sort of transition. It doesn't have to be that you're physically relocating. It can mean that suddenly your work or your environment says, you know what, we're relocating offices, or we are refurbishing, so you have to move your office down the hall. So it could be anything like, I mean, you got the Tower again. Okay, Tower again. So a sudden move. Six of Swords tends to mean that during difficult times, you've been tested and you're suddenly liberating yourself from that. Six of Cups, and I'm going to go one more. Six of Wands. There is, whatever it is you're moving out of into, it's going to be very rewarding. Six of Swords indicates you're protected and redirected. It tends to mean your guides are bringing you out of difficult times, out of choppy waters, into stability, into serenity and peace. Six of Swords, this person tends to be about to discover a new land there. They are heading for new shores. So some of you may actually decide to relocate or, you know, and get a new job elsewhere. Some of you may have thought about, you know, moving states and deciding to find a new job in that area. And the Tower, it may shock a lot of people. The Tower is sudden change, okay? Sudden desire to move or to leave an environment. And the Six of Cups indicates the universe sends an offer that is absolutely right for you, okay? Six of Cups is a message or an offer being gifted. And this could also, I mean, there could be an offer coming from a friend or someone you used to work with, someone from the past, because the Six of Cups can connect to the past. Like, you may be thinking right now, my beautiful Librans, you used to enjoy a certain work environment, or you used to, it's like returning to the good old days. So if there is a job that you used to do, that you used to love, some of you may set up on your own and do that industry, or some of you may actually hear from someone you used to work with and they are going to tell you about a new opportunity where they work, and you may return to a place of working. But I definitely get, whether it's from someone from the past or whether it's a new offer that comes in, whatever it is, you stand out from the crowd. I mean, this is the Six of Wands is giving me the same energy. You're standing out. You know, this is about you noticing the skills within you that set you apart from everybody else, the things that make you special about what you do in your working environment, the things that other people just don't have. The Six of Wands also indicates victory, success, being in the limelight, being appreciated for what you do, accomplishing something. So some of you may be finding a new way to approach a puzzle at work or a project at work, and you put your own unique spin on it, and it actually impresses a lot of people, and it elevates you to new levels in your career. So Six of Wands is you achieving a goal. Now this could be a promotion that comes in. Some of you, it could be that you feel a little bit stuck in a rut, so you learn new skills or put yourself on a course of education or apprenticeship in order to enhance the gifts you already have, and you may receive a qualification for that. Some of you may be at college or university, and you're just coming out with your qualifications, and it's like a brand new world. You're leaving that comfort zone in order to embrace a new opportunity and a new way of working. Either way, it's going to bring a lot of prosperity. You're reinvesting into yourself, and you're reinventing your career over the month of December. Even if it's a thought process where you're like restructuring in order to think about your goals and the next step, you're actually going to accomplish them. Whatever decisions you're making, your future self will thank you for the decisions you're making in this moment. The World card indicates that you're coming into balance. Things are coming full circle. You're in a very productive period as December comes. A lot of signs are kind of like, slowing down as we close out the year, but you're being really productive to set yourself up for next year is what I feel. The World card is a card of success, of course, accomplishment, really smashing that goal out of the park and leaving the new year on the high, leaving this year and entering the new year on a real high, okay? But it is all about balance, things coming to fruition, things being in a cycle of stability, of reward, of benevolence, something you've been fighting for, having the courage and the strength to move past obstacles to achieve. That is the thing that you're going to feel so proud of yourself, that you didn't give up, that you actually made a real mark, made a real difference, okay? I see a lot of you looking back at either an idea that you had that you gave up on or thought that maybe it wouldn't work, but now you sort of grab an opportunity to make it happen, okay? And I feel like as things close, as December starts to close, you really focus on this new idea, and it starts to come to fruition. You start to make progress on it, okay? Also with the Page of Wands, they're showing me that there is some really good news headed your way. Pages bring news, and I feel like this news changes everything. And it brings, it could be that, for example, you get a surprise. They're giving me the two words in the water right now: surprise gift, surprise gift. So it could be that you are given a surprise bonus at your working environment, or like a surprise email that details a new job opportunity that brings more money or reward, pops into your email. You're going to be divinely guided in the month of December, so watch out for that. Also, they're showing me a person wearing pearls. A person wearing pearls, okay? So this could be someone that you either work with, or it could be someone who delivers news to you. Could also be someone, if you went for an interview for a new job opportunity, they wear pearls. Pearls tend to connect to wisdom. So, and they're worn around the neck. So this could be throat chakra, because your third house of communication is connected. Whatever it is that you do, I feel like your voice is important. Your words have power, and I feel like you can educate others as well in your career, and inspire others, which actually helps you as well, okay? Now, Knight of Wands energy, this is your outcome. Determined for a new adventure, being independent. So some of you may actually be deciding to set up your own business or your own practice, or if you already work as your own, as an entrepreneur, I feel like there is more contracts coming your way, or more opportunity to expand. This is a card of trusting in your vision that it will work, and it will. Your ideas do have value, and you're starting to manifest in many forms. This is a card of having the courage to go the distance and explore your options, explore your talents, and push your boundaries to explore new horizons, okay? Your passion really is your power with this, and you are in a cycle of brilliance, okay? So believe in your wonderful self. Now, they're showing me the horse hooves. Whenever you look at statues of horses, they are placed, their feet, their legs are placed in a way to describe a story. So when a horse has one leg raised, apparently it means victory. Okay, that came up in a reading many years ago, and I've remembered that, and it's just come through right now. They're reminding me of that. Okay, so again, it signals victory. Some of you may decide to suddenly become freelance or set up on your own as an entrepreneur, because this is a card of entrepreneur, taking a risk, and believing in yourself. But it could also be a project that is delivered to you or given to you. Something is given to you that you feel, this is exciting. This is what I'm here for. This is the reason I work and what I love about my job. So I feel like you're revitalizing your spirits and you're passionately moving towards something that you're trying to accomplish. Now, if you want to be really good at something that you do and you want to be the best, the top of your game, unfortunately, it requires patience. It requires letting go of things that distract you or are not working, being really honest with yourself and saying, that's not working, so I gotta let that go. Even though I really want it to work, but no matter how hard I've tried, I just seem to be wasting my time in that area. I need to be aware that this over here is working and this is not. So I need to release anything that is not serving me. And the Eight of Pentacles is a cycle of repeat. Doing something repetitively so that you actually become the master of that. That's how you get good at things. If you think of like a child prodigy when they're playing the piano, they've been playing a piano since they could sit at a piano in the first place when they were like 2-3 years of age, and they're tinkling away, but actually they're starting to build their skills, and then every day they're spending hours on the piano in order to get better and better, and suddenly they are a child prodigy. Suddenly they're a maestro. Suddenly they're at the top of their game and they're respected by everybody. So even though it takes a lot of hard work, I feel like it's going to be rewarding for you. The Hangman is a card of new perspective, looking at the working practices in a new way. So even if you don't want to physically relocate, you're looking at different ways of working in order to bring more enjoyment, more excitement, and level up so that you are a master of your craft and you enjoy what you do. Okay, with the Hangman, this is a card of kind of like relaxing. Don't fret, get a new perspective. You'll know when it is the right time to act on an idea, or because you are acting, you're taking the initiative here. You're taking charge, you're taking action on something, you're making things happen. The Five of Cups is a card of losing out on something. And I feel like your guides are saying, don't focus on the things that are like not working. Let them go, because there's such better things arriving for you. Two of Cups here. This figure cannot even see that there's Two of Cups here. Two of Cups tends to mean the law of attraction. You're attracting your heart's desire. You're attracting the best outcome. But this figure is too busy sort of being sad about the things that are not working or where you're feeling stuck. Because remember, our minds are powerful manifestation tools. If we're always focusing on, the office politics, or always focusing on the negative or the things that are going wrong, you're attracting more things going wrong. You're attracting more negative. Think of yourself like a mirror, okay? What you are sort of reflecting out, you're going to receive back. It's like a boomerang. So I really want you to be aware of focusing on the things that are really going well in your career. Focus on your talents, your strengths, your power, the things that you have the power to change, and watch your environment change around you. I didn't believe it myself. Many years ago, I did not believe it. I was like, I was working in an environment that was so toxic, and I was absorbing that energy, and I was negative myself. I felt myself complaining all the time, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I kid you not, I'm not here to advertise anybody's book or anything like that, but I picked up The Secret, and I started it, but I got halfway through and it was really inspiring, but life got in the way and I let it go by the wayside. My life changed slightly, marginally, but then I actually decided to sit down and watch the video of The Secret. Okay, and within the first 10 minutes of that video, things started, like, I decided to pause it and write down the things I wanted. I felt this sense of purpose, all this energy rising up in me, like, yes, I can achieve these things. And I kid you not, one of the things I actually wanted that I put on that list, within 10-15 minutes of watching The Secret, that person that I had not heard from in months, like 6, 7, 8 months, they messaged me, and I was like, drop the mic. There is something special about this. There's something to this. So be mindful. Your thoughts become things, okay? Five of Cups often indicates if you're struggling, okay, or you feel there's difficulties, that you can actually learn how to manage. Like if, for example, you're really stressed right now, or you're finding it difficult at work, I do feel like there is someone here that you could confide in and help move you along. But the Five of Cups indicates there's something better on the horizon. Allow it to come on in, okay? Let it go and let it flow. Eight of Pentacles is all about learning new knowledge, okay? Employing a new craft or skill to the mix. So even if you're not leaving, you may be learning new skills in order to enhance your working experience and bring in more finances, because I feel like you're turning that experience to gold. That's what I see. You're turning your experiences and your skills to gold. She's literally sewing, I don't know what you call that, but she's sewing it, and as you can see, the yarn is gold. You are literally turning your skills to gold. And I feel this is a very positive time for you. I mean, financially, I feel like you're going to be able to save a little bit more money this month. I feel like it's not a lot. I feel like there's a lot more to come in the future. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there's a lot more to come in the future. But I feel like you're going to be a little bit up financially this month. Also, I feel like something big is ending in your career. Now this could be like they're taking away an old way of working, like a program or something like that. It doesn't mean that you're actually leaving your work environment. It can be that they're restructuring, because I feel like it's restructure happening here for you. But I feel like it's a better outcome. It's a better future. I feel like you're in the right place, the right time to meet opportunity. And I also feel you have to make a major decision on how you make progress as you move into the year. I would say that you're cutting back on spending when it comes to excess. I feel like you are keeping balance. You're not spending more than you have. I also feel that a lot of you are really thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or going solo, okay? I feel a lot of you also are in a protective mode where you're thinking about your finances and how you can protect everything you've already worked for, secure your position, and make sure that you are in a very solid position of stability should there be any changes around you. I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position. That's what I see. Okay, we got Tiger, Fire. So you got so much fire in your energy. I really feel like you're going to use that. Your passion is your power. And it says, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. It literally says that. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So I do feel like, Jupiter is going to work in your favor with regards to your career. You're moving forward. And I feel like any risks you take in your career, there are calculated risks. You do diligence before you make any decisions to move in either direction, but it really pays off, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Wow, we got the butterfly. Represents transformation, evolution, evolving into something better, spreading your wings. Even if you feel like your wings have been clipped in a certain environment, or you've reached a plateau or a glass ceiling, I definitely feel like you're moving past those restrictions and you're moving into a time where you get to show off your skills and you really come into your own. You're becoming, okay? Now, before I go, they're giving me this energy of sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself. So sometimes when you do something so often, sometimes we lose ourselves in it. And we have to sort of really take a step back to really find ourselves in order to find direction again. When something becomes second nature, it becomes a little bit dull, it becomes a little bit boring, we feel really unstretched. We may love what we do, but we feel we've got to a point where it's just not expanding our consciousness, or it's not helping us learn more, or enhance our skills, for example, we may feel a little bit like stuck or bored. And sometimes we do have to lose ourselves in order to find ourselves again, because once it becomes second nature, we suddenly snap out of it with that tower, like sudden revelation, like something needs to change, because I love what I do, but I just feel like, you know, I'm coasting. So I feel like you're finding ways to actually change things up to make things interesting. The butterfly goes through a very painful process. So it's the caterpillar, of course, and it goes into the chrysalis. It doesn't just sit in the chrysalis and wait for it to grow its wings. It actually dissolves. It actually becomes like mush. It loses itself completely in order to reform as something better. And I feel like that is what is happening in your career. It's something that is dissolving or restructuring in order to become something better. And so it has the potential to fly, to become something very, very successful. And I see a lot of success for you. I see a lot of rewards. I see you completing tasks and being really productive and being in the flow and enjoying what you do, okay? And it is, you know, it turns it into gold. There is financial reward for all of your skill set, okay? This is a card of, you know, feeling accomplished for everything that you've been developing and hitting your goals, hitting your mark. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Librans. I hope something resonated in that reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans. Love and light.